What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to This Week in Esports and Gaming, the show where we talk about the latest and greatest in business happenings for gaming, esports, and creator news. I'm your host, Mark Kai. We're here for the second week of October 2023, and just a heads up, you won't be seeing This Week in Esports and Gaming, or perhaps even just posts in general from me for the next few weeks. I'm going to be taking vacation out of country, and we'll probably not have access to internet, so we'll see how it goes, but hopefully you enjoy your break and enjoy this last This Week in Esports and Gaming for a while. Our first top 3 story, Microsoft has completed finally its $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard King. Microsoft has been given the approval to acquire Activision Blizzard by the UK's Competition and Markets Authority. This decision comes after reports of that acquisition approval surfaced earlier last week, and with the CMA initially approving that revised deal from Activision Blizzard's side after the cloud gaming issues were initially addressed. Consent for the deal to move forward is conditional on the Ubisoft cloud gaming rights divestment completing before the acquisition, which did happen. And so now, over 20 months later and all the regulatory hurdles eliminated, what's next for this Microsoft Activision Blizzard King acquisition, right? There's a lot to unpack, but certainly gaming IP is one of the centerpieces of this acquisition, with Microsoft signing so many deals with other game companies to ensure Activision Blizzard games aren't exclusively on one platform. It seems competition might be strong to start here at the very least. Additionally, Microsoft's acquisition strategy may be similar to that of Tencent, where it just buys a company and essentially lets it operate on its own without changing too much. Now that Microsoft will also have King, ABK's mobile-focused studio, the integrated company will have a multitude of platforms to work on with various games as well. And something else to note is that 𝗶𝗶 𝗖𝗶 will continue on his role until the end of 2023, at which point he'll hand over the reins to Microsoft's management, so he'll be out of Activision Blizzard starting in 2024. Allegedly, he'll be set to make around $500 million from his personal shares, as well as potentially $14 million of severance pay in that deal. We'll be interested to see what happens in the future for the other executives at Activision Blizzard, at either gaming organization, to be honest, and what changes may occur, if any. Once again, let me reiterate, this is the biggest gaming deal in gaming just ever, right? I just said gaming twice. I'm not sure when it'll be topped, but $69 billion is hard to beat. Very few companies have that just amount of money in general. Whether or not this is good for the gaming industry remains to be seen. Perhaps it'll be good for consumers in the short term, but maybe bad in the long term. Maybe shareholders are set to gain, or the employees themselves. Let's see where this wild ride continues to take us. Bodycam FPS games are on the rise. Seemingly a new type of FPS game might be emerging with the latest developments in in-game engine tech, which is bodycam FPS games. In a recent Twitter video, 18-year-old game dev Bush60 showcased a clip of a game that they're half complete working on, utilizing the Unreal editor for Fortnite to make a bodycam view of the game. When watching the gameplay video, aspects like bodycam shake, watermarks on the screen, and lighting bloom are evident to make the POV seem realistic as possible, and the feedback was quite positive on this specific post. Many folks are saying that they'd want to play this game when it's available. This comes also after Drama Studios released some early gameplay footage of their game Unrecord in April of this year that takes the POV of a police officer's body cam. That trailer has 6+ million views, 122,000 likes on YouTube, and 80+ million views and 225,000+ likes on Twitter or X. Is there a market for more innovation in a saturated game market? Seems like these types of POV changes are what is keeping players interested right now, so we'll see if other indie studios or devs making FPS games adopt this type of innovation with realism and other characteristics in mind. XSET have partnered with Clix. The two parties have initiated a large-scale multi-year partnership that sees Clix becoming a part owner in the org. He'll release a limited edition merch collection with XSET and will work with XSET on other merch, in-game activations, and other content. Previously, Clix has been associated with Misfits Gaming and NRG and was one of the youngest participants of the 2019 Fortnite World Cup. Clix also has its own Unreal Engine for Fortnite studio called Clix Creative, where he's made maps inside of Fortnite, so XSET will also work with his studio to give out $50,000 in prize money to up-and-coming Fortnite players. Once again, this is another trend of esports orgs making talent part owners in the org instead of just giving them a big bag and allowing them to leave after a certain amount of time. Obviously, creators will aim to get the best deal for themselves, and quite frankly, it seems that in the past, creators have gotten the best of many esports orgs from what I've heard through the grapevine. Now, with creators being part owners of the org, they'll likely still have zero input into what the org actually does on an executive basis, but they'll now have some sort of motivation to see the org succeed rather than just having their name tied to it and getting money from that. Now, gaming and other types of creators also have their own ventures. I'm curious to see what type of interaction will happen between esports orgs and the creators ventures that they have on their own. For instance, if a creator owns their own production studio and so does an esports organization and they're part of one now, how do those groups collaborate, right? Do they collaborate at all? Does one acquire another? Just curious in general. As far as partnerships go, Paris Saint-Germain partnered with Quest Esports. The new Dota 2 team will be called PSG Quest, and it will be jointly operated by PSG Esports and Quest Esports, with the debut taking place at TI 2023. This comes after PSG and LGD Gaming ended their naming rights partnership that began in 2018. Over the course of the previous partnership, the PSG LGD roster placed 2nd, 3rd, and 2nd at the International 2018, 2019, and 2021. Riot Games partners with Mercedes-Benz. This is the 4th year Mercedes-Benz has sponsored Worlds, so they'll be the official automotive partner for Worlds 2023 with a new campaign for the event, as well as support for T1, who the company sponsors as well. NRG Esports partners with Kia America. NRG will add the Kia logo to its NRG Championship jerseys as the team heads into 2023 Worlds soon. They stated that they'll work to reimagine the very essence of esports sponsorship. So I'm curious to see what they have planned here and what that really means. They'll work across a variety of activations and touch points like exclusive content, behind the scenes looks, interviews, and more. Berlin International Gaming partnered with Pizza Hut. This long-term partnership will focus on Big's LOL and Trackmania teams, with Pizza Hut branding being featured across the org's social media platforms as well. The two orgs will work together to deliver community nights with fans getting a chance for meet and greets, giveaways, and raffles, and other activations as well. British Esports partners with Saudi Esports Federation. The partnership was announced to entail fostering connections and opportunities in the Saudi Arabian esports space, such as developing esports talent through cultural exchange programs, internships, mentorships, boot camps, and more. And it was met with a lot of backlash from the community, stating a betrayal of British esports' core initiative to highlight and foster the talent of women and marginalized communities in the region, given Saudi Arabia's track record in the past there. British Esports issued a statement after the backlash that it essentially did nothing to alleviate people's concerns, so we'll see where this partnership goes from here. As far as finance and M&A goes, G2 Esports are going to potentially merge with Version 1. G2 Esports and Version 1 have allegedly been in talks over a merger for several months now, according to a report by James Fudge. According to the report, Wise Ventures and Gary Vaynerchuk, the current owners of Version 1, would become minority shareholders in the combined organization. And this comes after the ownership group told V1 that they didn't want to be the largest stakeholder in the org anymore. While no deal has been fully finalized, it seems that these talks have been ongoing for a while, and that V1 not becoming a partner team in VCT Americas 2023 was a factor for this decision as well. XSET have acquired Lightstream, Rainmaker, and API.Stream. These three acquisitions mark XSET diving deeper into a variety of revenue streams. And for reference, Lightstream is a cloud streaming service established in 2014. Rainmaker is a platform that allows creators to track and report live stream data across multiple platforms. And API.Stream is a live streaming production API meant for devs. Modern Times Group have acquired a majority stake in Snowprint Studios. While the amount was undisclosed, the acquisition will see MTG provide Snowprint Studios with tools and knowledge to help diversify its revenue and expand its player base of the Games Workshop and Warhammer 40,000 franchise. It will be interesting to see how Snowprint continues to develop from here. Space Rock Games have raised $900,000. The round was led by Hill Ferrance Venture Capital and now puts Space Rock Games at $1.2 million raised. The studio is currently working to develop criminals within a co-op multiplayer adventure, with the funding going towards expanding staff and development of its new game. Fast Travel Games have raised $4 million. The round was led by Handelsbanken Fonder with participation from Brightly Ventures, Inbox Capital, and others. Overall, the round will be used to expand business operations and publishing and developing new IPs for VR platforms. Sony have launched a $10 million Sony Innovation Fund. The new Innovation Fund will target ventures in Africa and will go towards startups focused on music, film, and gaming. The sub-Saharan African games market saw an 8.7% year-over-year revenue rise in 2022, so there's evidently a place for these investments to go through, with Sony focusing on seed rounds and early-stage investments. Fragbite have acquired the Swedish studio Fall Damage. The initial purchase price is around $1.8 million, with half of it being paid in cash and the other half being paid in newly issued shares in Fragbite Group. They'll work together to complete Arla Prime, which will take it to market, which is the tactical FPS game they've been working on since 2019. As far as workforce changes go, Tiffany Chin has joined Epic Games as a senior product manager. Tiffany has a ton of experience in the gaming space, spending 1.5 years at Psyonix as a senior marketing manager and spending nearly 7 years at PlayStation in brand management. She recently finished her MBA from UC Berkeley, so congrats to you, Tiffany. Blaze Butler has joined XSET as a senior director for marketing and partnerships. Blaze was most recent with Version 1 and Minnesota Rocker, doing partnerships for around 2.5 years before joining XSET. He also spent time doing account management roles at Polyamerica, Intersport, and Octagon, and he holds an MBA from the University of Missouri-Columbia. Justin Noah has been promoted to Group Product Marketing Manager at Discord. Justin's been at Discord for right around 1.5 years at this point, and before his promotion, he was overseeing product marketing for communities. He spent time at Pinterest as well doing ad partnerships and was doing product marketing at Twitch as well as Yik Yak. He holds a bachelor's in journalism from the University of Georgia. Beatrice Ree has been promoted to Head of Global Partnerships at Secret Lab. Beatrice has been in Secret Lab for over 5 years at this point, and most recently was in a position as Senior Manager of Global Partnerships, working her way up from Partnerships and Social Media Associate when she started. She has experience with Wonderman in the past as well, and she holds a bachelor's in communication from RMIT University. John Riccitiello has retired as the CEO of Unity, and Jim Whitehurst has been named the interim CEO of the company. In the meantime, after about 9 years with the company, John will be retiring from his role, which means his position on the board of directors as chairman will also be vacant. This comes in the wake of the Unity runtime fee fiasco that happened recently. In the meantime, Jim Whitehurst will step into the role as interim CEO and president of Unity. As far as new stuff goes, there's a $255,000 Mortal Kombat 1 esports program that was announced. The new esports program is a combination of Warner Bros. Games and NetherRealm Studios working together. The esports circuit will be operated by RTS and will aim to build an international ecosystem for the game, with a world championship taking place in June of 2024. Furia have revealed their new visual identity. The new Furia logo consists of black and gold design along with the tagline "Future is Black" to promote the inclusion within the esports space. With the launch comes a new esports jersey and additional proactive measures taken from the org to increase inclusive areas in esports where representation has been lacking. The University of Texas Austin has revealed the Alienware Longhorn Esports Arena. The new 3,400 square foot arena has 43 gaming stations with Alienware PCs, monitors, and peripherals, as well as a production center, console space, and viewing area as well. This is a sizable collegiate esports collaboration from what we've seen so far, so congrats to the Longhorn Gaming squad. And last but not least, Unicorn have downscaled their B2C operations, and Tame, the parent company, have announced a repositioning of its esports offering, which means there will be a reduction in staff, and unfortunately Unicorn has stopped taking deposits on its site as of earlier this week. Wishing the best of luck for those affected. That's it for this week in esports and gaming. Thank you so much for tuning in. Credit to the authors and publications themselves for the images and information provided. If you want to go show some support to the Esports Advocate, click the link down below to check them out. And as always, everybody, if you would tag someone or share this with someone who might find this valuable, I'd really appreciate it, and have a great day. I'll see you in a few weeks.